Hi guys, I've not been having a lot of time lately. I have a visitor over, I've gone on several hiking trips, and in an hour or so we are leaving to Zellamzee for some of my dad's triathlon training, so it's very busy. I'm trying to make some of these videos in advance so that I can use my fancy camera before I go off to Belgium in August to then work there for a month, where I obviously will be taking my laptop but not my camera. So hence another Q&A video for all of you because of the many questions that were sent in. I will be covering all the questions you can find in the description box with the designated time that they come up during the video. So I hope this helps, and if it does, be sure to subscribe, to like the video, to leave any other questions you might possibly still have, and to share it with friends to whom this might be helpful. So let's get started. First off, even though I made a video about, specifically about exercise and recovery, exercise and wanting to gain muscle and not just fat comes up very frequently. So I am quickly covering that as the first question. So this is the exact question that came in. Is it okay to exercise in recovery when underweight? And if you don't exercise, do you not just gain fat without muscle? So I have answered this question in depth in another video. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. And yeah, in that video I explained that no, even if you don't exercise, you don't just gain fat. Obviously at first, if you've been starving yourself, your body will hold on to the food and it will generally store it as fat in your stomach area because this is where your most vital organs are and this is the area that needs to be protected most. However, as you gain weight, you automatically gain muscle as well because muscle is necessary for your body to function. The priority, of course, is to keep your organs safe, and once this has been achieved, muscles will grow alongside, even if you do not exercise. So in fact, not exercising could even be beneficial because if you do exercise, this might increase your cortisol levels, and this increased stress could keep your body in starvation mode, could keep your body clamping onto the food that it gets and storing the fat in your stomach. If you do not exercise, you're giving your body the signal that it is safe to start its normal functioning again, and this might speed up the process of having your body function properly again and not just storing the fat for another period of starvation. So counterintuitively, it might in fact be better not to exercise, although depending on where you are in recovery and your point of view, your outlook, it can be healthy to incorporate some light exercises or some weightlifting. Do make sure to talk about this with a medical professional. So the next question, do you gain weight differently from bad foods than from good foods? First off, and this is crucial, there are no good and bad foods. This is all just a construction that you have made in your head, that your eating disorder has made. And it's complete BS, honestly. If you have a list of good and bad foods, good and to be avoided fear foods, be sure to just throw that out. Honestly, it's, as I said, it's BS. Don't listen to the voice inside your head. Do what is good for you and for your recovery. So if there are any fear foods that you have and any bad foods, it might actually be beneficial to include those in your meal plan because these are the foods that, when eaten, are going to help you put the biggest steps forward in your recovery, as they will no longer hold the same power that they did before. For example, if I would be completely afraid of eating ice cream, for example, and I would start eating it once a month, then once a week, then once a day, and keep that on for a while, then slowly but surely it will stop holding any power over me. Of course, I don't suggest starting with once a month, that is ridiculous. But yeah, do incorporate it frequently, more frequently than once a month. And once it no longer holds any power over you, you can just eat it when you want to, when your body tells you that it would like ice cream, because obviously your body knows what it needs, and if only you listen to it, then it will give you the cues and it will function properly, you will be happy, you will be healthy, and that's how it should go. At first in recovery, your cues are not quite to be trusted because of the period of restriction, but once you have been eating regularly and sufficiently, the cues will start to reliably come back and you will be able to trust them again. Your cravings at any point are probably temporary. They probably won't stay there forever, and they indicate what your body needs at a certain point. For example, during my recovery, I had never eaten peanut butter before, but I started craving it so much. I would have it several times a day, every day. I would love every single bite of it. I would even get out of bed at night to make myself a peanut butter sandwich. And even though I still like peanut butter now, and I didn't before, it's no longer an insane craving. I can have it once in a while and feel satisfied. What my body was likely telling me was that it needed more fats, or that it needed more proteins, or just more calories, and that is why I chose this food to focus on for me. You might be craving sweets, or you might be craving bread, and listen to these cravings because your body knows what it needs. I repeat, your body knows what it needs. So trust your body, and it will tell you what it wants you to eat in order to get all the nutrients and all the calories and all the energy that it needs and deserves. I did not become addicted to ice cream. I did not become addicted to peanut butter. It was just a passing craving. I listened to it, and had I not listened to it, it might have still been a craving. It might have still been something that went through my head every single time, and this would have been unhealthy. Listening to it would have been the healthy way to do it, which is what I did, and which I think is what you should do as well. So, concerning whether you gain weight differently from the two foods, no, not really. As I said, there are no good and no bad foods. You should get over the fear, and in recovery, any weight gained is a step forward. You want to gain weight, whether from junk or from healthy foods is almost irrelevant, I'd say. You obviously need to get in vital nutrients. I'm not telling you to stop eating your veggies or to stop having nuts or fruits or yogurt or potatoes, but to listen to your cravings and to incorporate other foods as well. And you'll see that it's not so bad. You won't suddenly put on a lot of weight or weight in different places than if you were eating healthier foods or other alternatives. Question number 3. How can I increase my portions to gain weight without feeling so full? This is another question that I've talked about a little bit in another video, a what I eat video, but I'll quickly go over it again. It comes up a lot, so I thought it'd be relevant to cover it here as well. So how can you increase your portions? I think you know quite well the things that you can do when you ask this question. But obviously you don't want to feel uncomfortable, you don't want to be bloated, you want to feel fit and don't feel too sluggish. Unfortunately, in recovery, you're not always going to feel 100% fit, 100% well, 100% energetic, but that's just part of it, and there's no way really to change that. However, you're going to have to increase portions. How? As for me, I added an extra slice of bread to breakfast. This wasn't a huge deal, but it is, again, extra. I also added a glass of milk to my evening routine, an extra snack in the afternoon, and things like this you can also do. When I make bread or oatmeal or yogurt. I'll add lots of dried fruits, nuts, seeds, and these little additions can also make a big difference if you just look at the whole picture, because these small changes are not going to fill me up much more than if I hadn't included them, but they are going to add some calories to my meals and in the end potentially help me gain weight. Be sure to eat frequently, eat every few hours. Don't be afraid of eating before you go to bed. And yeah, all these things will help you gain weight without feeling too full or too uncomfortable. As well as adding things, you can also replace some of the foods that you're currently eating. So if you're eating low calorie spreads, replace them for different ones. So instead of marmalade, have cream cheese or peanut butter. Or if you're having light dairy products, you can have full fat milks, cream, things like that. The last question that I'm going to be covering today is how to overcome laxative abuse and get the digestive system to work normally again. I feel like I touched on this a little bit in my how to overcome bloating video, and when I talk about fear foods, as it is quite similar in a way. I personally do not have any experience with laxative abuse, but I did have my own personal struggles and obsessions during my eating disorder. For example, weighing myself several times a day. Like laxative abuse, this is a cycle to break through. The only way to overcome it is just by stopping cold turkey. I always had the scale in my bathroom, so I moved it to my parents' bathroom. I don't go there in the morning. I stopped weighing myself. That's how I stopped weighing myself and how the bad habit was broken. For laxative abuse, you could take a similar approach. You could throw out the pills. You could give them away to your parents or a friend, or to even share your struggles with them, so that when you are feeling like things are getting more difficult, you have a support crew that can help you get through it, that can motivate you. So how to get your digestive system back on track? For this, you just have to stop using the laxatives, and potentially also stop with some sugar-free products like gum or candies, bubbly beverages, because these can mess with your digestive tract a little bit, especially if you come from restriction or binging and purging. So keep eating regularly and sufficiently, and your body should technically be able to sort this out itself. If it doesn't, check out my how to deal with bloating video. I go into some more detail there. And yeah, I think that's it for today, because questions keep streaming in as always, and there's only so much time in a day. I'm about to go off to Zell so yeah, that's it for today, and next time I'll probably be talking about extreme hunger in recovery and binging, going from anorexia to binge eating, which is a fear that a lot of you have expressed, which is totally unfounded, but yeah, that'll be for next time. So see you soon.
So thank you for watching this video. Be sure to check out my other videos to subscribe, and I'll see you soon.